Now I want to move on to our viewer from Central Minnesota who wants to talk about, is it possible to pass assisted living licensure this session? Senator Isaacson, let's start with you.
I hope so, and I don't think it's going to happen. I think we're the only state who doesn't do this, and you know, shame on both parties. It's not like we didn't see this coming. We heard about the baby boomer bubble for years. We knew this was going to be a problem, but we didn't do anything about it, and now we have many problems with our insurance. And in a shocking development, a lot of those are the for-profit enterprises again. When you put human care in a for-profit sense, the human care comes second. I love the competitive model. I like survival of the fittest in these businesses that are out engaging in entrepreneurs, and I want to support them. But when human well-being is involved, the profit motive doesn't serve us well. And the bottom line for when we talk about the elder care is we need to make sure some of this stuff is managed, because right now what we have is unacceptable. And I have people in my district right now suffering from that, and I get calls on a regular basis about that.
We do need to fix it, but licensure hasn't fixed it in a lot of other places. I mean, you look at it. I'm not saying we don't need to do it, but what I'm saying is licensure isn't the end-all, do-all.
Oh, I agree.
Look at the problems that we have in our agencies that we're investigating. We've got a ton of problems in our agencies that we need to fix. And hopefully we make some progress.
I'd
because
like you to elaborate on that, please.
Well, we'll look at the number of complaints that just got thrown in the garbage on elder care.
Yeah, I agree.
I take a look at child care.
I agree.
And the CCAP. Look at, as far as I'm concerned, we need to do something with SNAP. Because I have a millionaire in my district that was able to legally take
how he's not
SNAP.
in jail, I don't know. But
because he was investigated, and the program allows him to do it.
Yeah, I
the
know.
program
that is
should
true.
not allow him to do
agree.
it. And we haven't done anything, or not enough, to change that. And so licensing assisted living, which I'm not necessarily opposed, isn't going to be the end-all, do-all to fix that problem. We need to do that. Our agencies need to step to the plate and do things right, and do it for the right reason, and take care of people.
And this isn't a jab at Senator Howe, because I don't think this is where he stands, but the reality is these are the same agencies they rail against in our contracts, the same agencies they vilify with our state employees, and the same agencies that they don't want to fund. So we have the same problem with our schools as well. And you look at it, we don't fund them correctly to give them what they need to do the job. And when it comes to, I don't disagree with you. You're absolutely right about that. But the reality is it's because we don't take care of the agencies and give them what they need.
It isn't
and we continue to give them unfunded mandates over and over and over again.
You can't tell me that they don't have the money when we're giving it away. It's going out the door in fraud. It's going out the door in...
That is just unsubstantiated. Are you referring to the $100 million going out in suitcases?
I didn't say $100 million. But I tell you what,
I appreciate you not taking
the
the bait on
OLA
that.
did say there's fraud.
Oh, sure. There's no doubt it said there's fraud, but it was 1/10 of what they said.
Well, he couldn't identify them out.
He was very clear about what it was. It was
couldn't
1/10 over what he said, what we said, what was said in the committee.